Hi and welcome. I am Anna Wien, an unprofessional box slider and hobby artist. And this is the Upcrate 56, a mystery art subscription box from Germany. Let's unveil its mysteries and create something together. The sticker sheet immediately caught my eye and had me wondering what this box has in store for us. Putting the temptation aside, I picked up this brilliant art print of Sophie McPike, who is apparently a funny little blob and the artist of the month. It's beyond me how she can paint so beautifully with such soft colors while she lives on this horror island named Australia. The paper provided is the Artspaze watercolor paper, a 300 GSM cellulose paper. In this fancy black box, we got a glass dip pen. If I remember correctly, they were quite popular on YouTube a couple years ago, where everyone and their mother seemed to try them out. I felt super intrigued and was delighted that Upcrate provided me with something I've never tried before. Next is a watercolor brush from Van Gogh in the size 4. The Koh-i-Noor Hardmuth polycolor pencils are old acquaintances too. In my experience, they are really soft yet aren't likely to break and are fun to use for sketchbook shenanigans. Now here's the real gem of this box. The drawing inks by Rohrer Klingner in the primary colors yellow, magenta and cyan, which means I get to practice my color mixing and taste the rainbow. I've recorded a quick overview of Upcrate's e-magazine for you, in case you want to read a bit more about the supplies or Sophie's interview and more of her art. I was super curious to watch Sophie's how-to video of the unicorn artwork, but unfortunately Upcrate failed to provide the how-to videos and gave us last month's videos instead. This month's topic is mythical or mystical? Perhaps they can decide. So it can either be a fictional or non-fictional, magical, supernatural, wonderful, and so on being or story. I tried to play more with the art supplies and gather inspiration this time around to give myself more techniques and ideas to choose from. The whole mythical topic is right up my street. I enjoy mythical and mystical stories and love to immerse myself into such books. But I also love to create my own little stories and characters. So the first idea that immediately came to my mind was to draw a mythical character of mine. No one really knows what she is, a goddess, a weapon, or something else entirely. She wears a feathered mask that covers her eyes and sits and waits for something. But she's not tied in place. That's why I didn't think the tied hair idea suited her after all. The second character is a flower fairy. My friend's daughter is the original inspiration for this fairy girl, since she's so wickedly smart, wild, wise, and has that unique beauty about her, as if she's a fairy changeling herself. This next idea was sparked by the tied hair of the first sketch, and it actually grew into its own myth over the days of drawing and painting. She's a fairy priestess, a favorite priestess even, her deity's absolute favorite. But she committed an unforgivable sin and spilled blood on sacred ground. This threw the deity into turmoil. The priestess did not try anything to divert her fate, and she waited for her punishment. And punished she was. The deity sentenced her to 10,000 years of kneeling before the very ground she desecrated and marked her with a curse on her left arm, which is the very hand she slayed her victim with. Unmovably devoted to her deity, she accepts the consequences and does as they say. I want to invite you to spin this myth further with me. What could drive a favorite priestess to commit such a horrendous crime? Who or what was that being she killed then and there on sacred grounds? And why? Is she still kneeling today, or is this a myth of days long past? Would she ever be reaccepted and regain the favor of her deity? I'm curious to hear your theories. I really enjoyed working on this piece and wondering about the priestess while doing so. Although it was a lot of work, planning, trial and error, and replanning. Unfortunately, I decided to go along with the watercolor paper that's been provided in the box. It doesn't really allow the inks to flow and bloom because it immediately absorbs the water, so I was frustrated with the background early on. I was also a bit bothered by my decision not to use masking fluid. I'll end up fixing most things with a white jelly roll pen, but it didn't give me the freedom to smudge the colors all over the background as I wanted to. In the end, I received a somewhat satisfying piece, but I do think that I want to repaint this piece on a bigger piece of paper that will work in my favor sometime in the future. The Upcrate 56 was definitely a great box, and I really enjoyed the given art supplies. I only wish they'd go away with the Artspaze cellulose watercolor paper when they give us such high quality inks, and figure out their video embedding game on their e-magazine. What are your thoughts on the Upcrate 56? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.